This horse, when he's right, Nick, is useful.
He's very, very talented, this fella. You will not see a horse travel better in a race than this fella does. Very, very sound jumper, and, you know, many people thought that he was their idea of the winner in the race at Utoxeter. You know, I think it looks like they're warming up and, you know, looking like they're coming into line.
Yes, they're not going to hang around. Jamaro on the right of the picture there with the disc. Jim, it's all yours.
Off and running in the Tote Becher chase, 22 fences ahead of them, and as they come towards Valentine's Brook, the first, Yankee Lord in the lead up there too, Ardent in second place. On the outside, Step on Air as they run towards the second now, and Yankee Lord the leader by about 4 lengths, followed by Master Wood in second place. And the leaders come down there. The first two are down at that fence. Native Styles left in front, badly hampered there at that fence was Young Kenny. Both riders quickly on their feet, the two fallers at that fence, Yankee Lord and also Master Wood, as they come down now over the third. And Jamaro was gone at that one, and also gone at that fence back in the field was Feels Like Gold. As they go towards the next, the fourth, Native Status is the leader, followed by Step on Air in second, and they're followed over in third place by Young Kenny. Then comes Storm Damage, and then Ardent Scout, and behind Ardent Scout on the outside is Flaked Oats, and bringing up the rear is Paddy's Return as they head back towards the Melling Road, and we join Jim McGrath.
Well, we've lost 4 already as they race now over the Melling Road and head towards fence number 5. And out in front here it's Native Status. Native Status it is by about 6 lengths or so to Step on Air, and up on the outside is Flaked Oats in going into a clear second. Now Storm Damage settles in fourth. They're followed by Young Kenny and Ardent Scout as they race into the home straight now. And it's Flaked Oats who takes over. Flaked Oats who takes over here as they head up the home straight the first time from Native Status, who's over on the far side. And they head now towards the 6th with the last next time round, and Flaked Oats led over it from Native Status. Then in third is Young Kenny, followed by Storm Damage as they head up now towards the next. And Flaked Oats it is out in the centre. Native Status the far side. Leaders jump it okay from Storm Damage, who's very handy. Young Kenny just behind them from Ardent Scout and Step on Air in the yellow jacket. As they're followed by Paddy's Return. They're stretched right across the track here as they head now towards the chair. And taking it in front is Flaked Oats. Native Status over on the near side is Ardent Scout, and right there in the centre follows Young Kenny, who's right there as they head now towards the water. And it's Flaked Oats who leads over it, joined by Young Kenny with a mighty leap on the outside and jumps into the lead now. Ardent Scout just behind them. They're preceded by the loose horse Feels Like Gold, who heads towards the stable bend. But racing out of the straight now and heading towards the Melling Road, it's Flaked Oats who shows the way from Native Status, and Young Kenny dropping back to third now, followed then by Ardent Scout. Next in the field is Storm Damage, a gap then to Paddy's Return in company with Step on Air. They're remaining in the race as they race to the Melling Road, and we rejoin Tony O'Hare.
Heading towards fence number 9 of the Tote Becher chase, and Flaked Oats and Carl Llewellyn in the lead. From in second, Young Kenny, Storm Damage racing between Ardent Scout on the left of the picture, Native Status the rails. They're followed by Paddy's Return. This is fence number 9, Flaked Oats, Young Kenny, then Storm Damage, Paddy's Return on the wide outside of Ardent Scout, Native Status down the inside, and Step on Air brings up the rear as they come now towards fence number 10. Flaked Oats jumps it in front of Storm Damage, and towards the centre of the course, Young Kenny the favourite. They're followed by Native Status the inside, then Ardent Scout, Paddy's Return out in the centre of the course, and the yellow and black colours of Step on Air last of the 7 as they come over this big ditch, and there Young Kenny a fractional advantage. Goes on now from Flaked Oats, Storm Damage going well in third. Step on Air begins to improve alongside Ardent Scout. Native Status is on the inner, and then comes Paddy's Return over the next. A big jump from Young Kenny, who leads by about 4 lengths as they head down towards the fence before Beechers. Flaked Oats runs second, a length away Storm Damage. 2 lengths then to Ardent Scout. Step on Air improves on the inside. Native Status along the inner, and then Paddy's Return, the fence before Beechers. Young Kenny over from Flaked Oats, Storm Damage, Step on Air and 4. Native Status a mistake there, beginning to lose touch at the back of the field as they head down now towards Beechers Brook. Fence number 14, Young Kenny, in the colours of Trevor Hemmings, leads, followed in second by Flake Dotes, the blinkers. The noseband towards the left is Storm Damage. Young Kenny over in front from Flake Dotes. Storm Damage, Step on Air, improving all the time in the yellow. Then Paddy's Return and Ardent Scout and Native Status safely over, and the back marker of the 7 as they cross towards the Foynaven Fence. The leader, Young Kenny, over safely. Step on Air, upsides Flake Dotes, who made a mistake. Storm Damage is in fourth. Ardent Scout 5, then Paddy's Return, and bringing up the rear is Native Status and Philip Carberry as they head towards the canal turn. Fence number 16 in the Becher chase. Young Kenny with the 4-length lead. Step on Air on the inside, a bit clumsy at it. Storm Damage is in third, and they're followed by Ardent Scout in 4. Flake Dotes is weakened as they come down now towards Valentine's Brook. Fence number 17, good jump by Young Kenny. Step in Air is second, and third is Storm Damage, and they're followed fourth by Ardent Scout, making some progress. Paddy's Return also beginning to improve. Flake Dotes has dropped out. Native Status about 6 lengths behind in last place. Coming now to fence number 18, and bad mistake there by Step on Air as Young Kenny leads by over 3. Ardent Scout making steady progress. Storm Damage still going well. Step on Air 4. Paddy's Return is 5th. Flake Dotes is 4 lengths back, and then Native Status as Young Kenny leads them over that Storm Damage mistake, and Step on Air again a bit sluggish as they race on now towards the next fence, and Young Kenny leads by 3 from Ardent Scout. Storm Damage a break of 4 lengths to Paddy's Return, and then Step on Air. Step on Air again a bit awkward there, loses ground. Paddy's Return moves into fourth, but as they head towards the Melling Road, Young Kenny, the top weight and the favourite under Russ Garrity, in the lead by 4 lengths to Storm Damage, racing on the inside of Ardent Scout. Paddy's Return closes in fourth. Step on Air not that far behind them in fifth, and then comes Flake Dotes, who's making some progress ahead of Native Status, only about 10 lengths covering them as we rejoin Jim McGrath.
Well, we've got 2 fences left to jump in the Tote Becher chase, and Young Kenny defying them under top weight so far. He's been enjoying himself, but here comes the pressure. He's trying to concede 2 stone and 3 pound to Ardent Scout on the outside, who looms up now into second. Also Storm Damage, the noseband over on the far side from Paddy's Return in the yellow cap. They come now towards the second last. Young Kenny out in front. Can he hang on? He comes towards it now. He is pricked, jumps it well. Oh, just landed awkwardly. Headed now by Storm Damage, and also Ardent Scout joining in a line of 3, and they've got 1 fence left to jump. They're stretched across the track. Storm Damage the far side, Young Kenny the near side, followed then in the centre by Ardent Scout. It's the lightweight Ardent Scout who gets about a half length in front. Young Kenny is fighting back as they race up towards the elbow. They're followed by Storm Damage, and behind them is Paddy's Return. It's Young Kenny on the near side, ranges up to Ardent Scout. They're fighting it out. They're on the run in for home, 100 yards left to go. Ardent Scout the far side, being grabbed again by Young Kenny. What a performance! It's Young Kenny, the favourite, who's now forging clear, and Young Kenny goes on to win the Tote Becher chase. What a mighty performance. Half a length of Ardent Scout, then in third is Paddy's Return, fourth then Storm Damage, a long gap to Flake Dotes, followed next by Step on Air, and Native Status is the last to finish. Well, you'll not see many more courageous performances on a racecourse than that, conceding 2 stone and 3 pound to the runner-up. Young Kenny is back in the limelight, this Scottish and Midlands national winner, and over the national fences he looked fantastic today under 12 stone. Owned by Trevor Hemmings, trained by Peter Beaumont, ridden by Russ Garrity. The 9-4 favourite is obliged Young Kenny. Second is number 8 Ardent Scout, owned by Alicia Skeen and W.S. Skeen, trained by Sue Smith, ridden by Dominic Ellsworth. And third is number 5 Paddy's Return, owned by Paddy O'Donnell, trained by Ferdy Murphy and ridden by Adrian Maguire. Fourth is Storm Damage, Joe Tizard. Fifth was Flake Dotes, and sixth Step on Air. But